Good morning. Happy New Year. Happy 2019. So I have a new computer. Seems like it's kind of not jiving with my voice, but we're going to go ahead and move forward. So I just wanted to take a moment to kind of go over some of the basics of what I would suggest that you have when you're starting this oil journey. Most of you that are in this group are part of my doTERRA family, and I hope that many of you have received these basic guidelines, but if you haven't, I just want to make sure that you have all of this. So my goal this year is to actually get on here every week at around 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and take a moment to share something about oils, about doTERRA's products, something that will hopefully help serve you on this journey. And again, I am always looking for ideas, so if there's anything that you personally want to know more about and would like me to get on here and share, I would love to hear your input, so please just message me. So for starters, I have kind of a guideline of the things that I wanted to mention real quick and make sure that you all have. The first thing that I suggest that you have is the most recent product guide. This is doTERRA's, let's see, we're the fall 2018. So this has all of the latest products that were introduced as of September 2018. I usually suggest you get a new one every September, October, because those are all the new products that came out from convention in September. And so you're missing out a lot. If you don't have the most updated one, you'll be surprised at all the new things that are in here. And remember, the whole idea with doTERRA is we're trying to create a household that is free of toxins, all right? And we're trying to basically eliminate as many of the products that we don't necessarily trust and that have a lot of things in them with natural products. And doTERRA is continuing to grow this and to make all of this accessible to you. So we will be talking about some of those things this year, all right? So anyway, first thing, get this guide. Number two, the Essential Life book. Hopefully many of you have seen this. For some of you that have been around a little bit longer, we used to have, it's called the Modern Essentials book, which was a white book that pretty much introduced you to all of this and was a pretty good resource. However, this book is actually the one that I suggest now. This was actually from a competitor. It's from oillife.com, which isn't a doTERRA company. It's a third-party company. However, I really love this book. I think it gives you so much more insight than you would have ever had before with that other book. So the one that is the most recent is the 5th edition. I can also include the link to where you can get this if you want to ship it to you if you're not local. However, if you are local and you want to swing by my place and pick one up, I usually buy them in bulk so they're a little bit cheaper. You can absolutely do that, all right? So what I love about this book is obviously there's a lot of really great stuff in the beginning to help guide you on this. But then we have a really great quick reference guide that you can look up. Oh my gosh, there are pages and pages of health concerns in here, and it's just amazing what these oils cover. And it's an easy little guide to show you how to use them topically, internally, or aromatically, and if you would, how you would use them for each of those health concerns. And of course, if you want some more detailed information on how to use this book, I'm more than happy to help you with that. Usually we'll do that in our wellness consult, which we'll talk about later. The next thing I love about this book is that you have a single oils section. So this is wonderful because if you have an oil that you have no idea how to use it, you can go in here and you can see what some of the top uses are, the top properties, which I love the top properties. I mean, so many of these. Here's just one we'll just take off. Blue tansy, antihistamine, insect repellent, anti-allergenic, antifungal, vermicide, antivirals. Oh, that's a new one I haven't heard. Stemachip. That's a different one. So what I love about these oils are the top properties. It's like medicine, right? A lot of properties of medicine. So this will be a great thing to show you again how you would use it topically, aromatically, and internally for these particular health concerns. The next section after the single oils are the blends. So we have oil blends, which I usually give you guys some sort of a cheat sheet because the names in here are their generic names. So for example, the Children's Restful Blend is actually the Serenity, the Kids Serenity. But again, it'll go in details about the blends too and how you can use those. And then the next section in here is the supplements that we have. There's all kinds of different supplements, and we'll be talking about that through this year. We have probiotics, we have digestive enzymes, we have our lifelong vitality pack, a lot of really great things. So that's what I love about this book as far as giving you some more details about the products that you have. The next section, which I love, it's probably one of my most favorite, is the body systems and focus areas. So just because you're looking at you know, a headache, or head tension, this is actually going to take you a little bit further to a particular section that will actually talk about, you know, why are you getting that and what are some other suggested oils you would use. So there are all kinds of different things in here, you know, focusing on your brain, candida, cardiovascular, cellular health, eating disorders, immune and lymphatic, weight, respiratory, pregnancy, oral health, muscular. This is just giving you a brief idea of all the different things in here. And then it'll tell you again a description of what the issue is right here. And in general, like, let's discuss respiratory as a body system as a whole. And then next, what single oils they suggest, what other blends they suggest, and then of course what supplements. There's also usage tip, related properties, and usually we have scientific research things in here too that you can reference. And then after that, I love that they have a lot of different recipes. So this is really helpful to have so many different recipes that you can access, but also know if you're looking for recipes, you can always Google a particular issue, doTERRA, and you'll find so much on there. Same with Pinterest. There's a ton on Pinterest, and you can start saving recipes that way. And then additional conditions that are related to respiratory and the particular oils that they suggest for that. So I just love that in this little blue section that you have all of that. It elaborates a little bit more. This is a little bit more than the old book that we had access to. And then I also love the light blue section because this one is really where things get fun. Now we're going beyond the health concern side of it, and we're looking to see how we can use and implement oils in our home on a daily basis. So here we have stuff for the baby, for cleaning, bathroom cleaning, cooking, beverages, breakfast, desserts, first aid, garden, fitness, outdoors, personal care. We even have like skinny wraps, pets, pregnancy. So again, that's what I really love about this book. It's a little bit different than the other one we had, is that it does take a lot further and gives you a lot of, you know, beautiful pictures, beautiful ideas on how you can implement this into your home. And then you have your back section, which is supplemental. I also love in this one that they have pressure points that you can reference, because there's definitely a lot of science that shows the importance of pressure points, but then you also have this little guy right here. So your hands, your ears, and your feet. So anyway, I just want to give you a brief idea of what is in this awesome book. And this is called The Essential Life. 5th edition is the latest one that we have, and you can get that from oillife.com. So first, product guide, most recent one. You guys need it. The Essential Life book, number 2. The next thing that you really should have on this journey, and hopefully most of you have started with this, usually in your kit, are your top 10 oils. All right, here's an example on page 21 of your most recent catalog. You will have a listing of all the top 10 oils. The reason I do suggest the top 10, and I try to get people started with this, is because it really is basically your natural medicine cabinet. This will cover about 80 to 90% of the basic stuff that you would deal with in your home. So it's a great place to start. And it will also lead me into another topic as far as your oil education. And we have a group for that. So I'll talk about that later. But yes, top 10 oils. Let me just briefly mention those. Frankincense, lavender, lemon, peppermint, Melaleuca, which is also called tea tree oil, oregano, deep blue, breathe, Digestzen, and OnGuard. All right, those are your top 10. So I really suggest you have those. All right, number 4, wellness consult. So when you get started on this journey, usually you've come to a class, hopefully, and you've learned the basics of the oils, but then what happens is you get your oils and you might not know how to implement them into your lives. And for your particular situation, your particular health concern, and how do you research that, and how do you find answers? That is what a wellness consult is for. And I invite every one of you to have a complimentary wellness consult. That's usually what I do with all of my new people. Some of you may have been skipped. Somehow you weren't able to make it to an appointment. Maybe you need a review. And if you need a review, that is fine. Please contact me if you need assistance with the wellness consult. This, I feel, is instrumental in helping you understand the basics so you can move forward on this journey. We can also do them online if you're out of area, so don't worry about that. Just contact me so that we're able to help you with that. I'll show you how to work your back office, how to order, again, all about the Facebook groups, and a lot of basically a regimen for you and how to use the oils in your life and for your health concerns, okay? So that is number 4, is a wellness consult. Number 5 is this group on Facebook called Oil Education, and I wish that live we could do screen shares, but they haven't mastered this yet, so I can't share my screen to show you what that would look like. But we do have a group called Oil Education. Many of you have been added to it, but many others of you have not. Maybe you got started way earlier. This is a relatively new group that's probably been started within the last 6 months, and I always encourage you guys to get on there. What this group is kind of like a little virtual oil camp, all right? So you do need your top 10 oils for it, but basically you can go in there. It's a self-paced educational tool. So you're gonna go through each of the oils, and you're gonna have these different posts, and let's say it's on frankincense. And in the section on frankincense, you're gonna have challenges, videos, ideas on how to use frankincense, what it's good for. And so it's a really good foundation on how to really understand your top 10 oils, but how also to implement all of that into your other oils. So I definitely recommend that you take full advantage of this free Facebook group that we have for you. And I love it because I'm one of those that loves to like click buttons and like I'm done and check off lists and stuff. And I love that this group has what they call units. So when you're done with that particular unit or done with that post, you can click a button that says I'm done, and I love that. So what it does is it keeps track of your progress, and then when you're done with the entire unit, it will tell you you're done. And you're going to take a picture of that, and you'll send it to me, or you'll send it to your upline leader who is supporting you on this, and get a free oil. All right, so that's your incentive. So go do it. If you're not on that group, please reach out to me so that you can take advantage of that. So next, Just the Essentials as a Facebook group too. Just the Essentials is basically a collaboration of a bunch of us, cross lines and everything, and we share ideas on how we use the oils. We ask questions. It's interactive. You can ask questions if you can't find answers. You can also search this Facebook group as well. So if you are dealing with something like inflammation and you can't find maybe the answers in your book, or you'd like to have a little bit more insight from others, you can do a search in this group on inflammation, and you'll see all these people that have already asked that question and what their ideas were on that. And to me, that is actually probably one of my favorite research tools and something that I use all the time. So all of you should be on that. I usually suggest that you turn your notifications, all of your notifications on this group. You may get bombarded a lot in the beginning, but what it does is it starts showing you the different things that people are talking about. And you can either look further into those, or you can just delete the email notification that you get. But once you finally get a general idea of what's in there, then if you want to turn your notifications down a little bit so that you just have highlights, you can do that. But I just want you guys to know that there are different notification options for different Facebook groups. So in order to not miss anything that may be posted, you usually want to turn on all your notifications. There are some that are crazy and you wouldn't want those turned on because it will just blow up your email. But I want you to be aware of that. So I think for the most part, those are the top 6 things that I would suggest you have foundationally to help you get started with this. Now, another thing I do want to mention and that I would love help with is I'm actually doing something called Diamond Club. It's a big challenge from February 2019 until May, so it's for 4 months. And I will be traveling the country. I'll be traveling to teach classes basically for a lot of my leaders all over the team, but also people on my team, and then just new people. So if you are out of the area and you would like to host a class, or even in the area, and you'd like to host a class to help share all of this with people that you love and that you care about, I would love to come out and help you with that. So please reach out to me if that's something that is of value to you. With that, I always do encourage, just in general, that you host a class and again, share this with people that you love. This is the only way that we're really going to be able to, as doTERRA says, it disrupt healthcare. I think a lot of you do see that we have a lot of problems when it comes to health in the world, and a lot of people don't know they have another option when it comes to their healthcare. So that's what I'm here to help change, and I would love your help with that as well. So I see that some of you are on. Thank you so much. Do any of you have any questions in the moment before I cut this short? I don't want to make these too long. I want them to be something that each of you can kind of manage. And so we'll just talk about a different topic. I'll just kind of randomly probably grab something from the catalog every week, and we'll just kind of have a basic discussion on it. Again, I am not a scientist. I am not an expert. Everything that I'm learning is something that I'm literally learning on this journey. And as I use the oils and gain my own testimonies and have learned from others. So don't ever feel like this is something that is just too much for you to grasp. Again, it's a journey, and we learn as we go. All right, so I'm so grateful for all of you that are part of this family with me. I love you, I appreciate you, and it has definitely been one of the most rewarding things I've ever done. And I hope that you're all receiving some sort of benefit from these oils. So continue using them. We might talk about maybe the Lifelong Vitality Pack. That's another foundational thing that we'll want to talk about next week. Again, send me your questions. Love you guys. We'll sign off. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.